Okay. So listen, so you go to classwork. It's gonna be this guy for 6 weeks review test. Open it up. Begin with Google, and here's the first problem. So it says there are 1 in 4 chance of someone rolling a 3 on a 4-sided dice. Which value is equivalent to of someone rolling a 3 on a 4-sided side? So as soon as I saw this right here, what do you think that is when I go 1 in 4?
That would be 1 and 4.
Yeah, but what is it?
Like a fraction.
Good, thank you. Very good. So if I go 1 in 4, I know that that would be a fraction, right? Yes? Okay. So 1 in 4, and then I see that there's a fraction already. There's a decimal fraction. So obviously I'm gonna go ahead and change it to decimal for sure, right? Because I see some decimals. So let me go back and I'm gonna say, okay, I need to change this guy to decimal. So I'm gonna go here, create my table, fraction to decimal. And the kids that really do all this work, they'll do fine on the test. Okay? So 1 in 4, that's my fraction, 1 to 4. How do I change that to decimal? Some of you know the card. What's the card on this guy?
25.
0.25. So like he's done already. Boom. Right? He's done. 25%. Now the ones that do not know the card, you're going to go to the side over here and go 1 divided by 4. Bottom out. I'm doing everything so you can see. Like if I don't know the card by memory, I can still find it. Okay, now, is 1 enough for 4?
No.
So we add a 0. Is 10 enough for 4?
Yes.
Yes. 4 times what?
2.
2. 4 por 2, 8. 2 is left over, so I'm going to go to the next section here. I'm going to add a 0. 4 times what? 5. So, was he right? Yes, he was correct. Okay, so the answer is 0.25, which is 25%. I can come over here and do a little bubble like this. And now I'm going to go to number 1. John, you're going to need this guy. Thank you. So the answer is letter
B.
G or B, whatever you want to call it. So I'm going to box here. Let me show you what I just did. Sorry. I'm going to box my answer here. I'm done with number 1. This is the way that in the star I would prefer you do things, okay? Question with number 1.
No.
So I'm going to go ahead and choose G, which is right here. And by the way, when you need to choose an answer, you need to click on this button. The only thing I should be using right now is the highlighter. Okay, to highlight important stuff, you can change this. So 1 in 4 chance of rolling a 3. They're still asking about that. So that's why that's the answer. Okay. Yeah, but this is not 3 and 4. It's 1 in 4 of rolling a 3. Okay. Now, number 2, you will do for homework. So number 2, I never like to leave space, but I'm telling you more or less what you're going to need, the same amount. So number 2, más o menos right there, that shouldn't be enough. This will be for homework. Questions? If I get stuck, I can go back to the video and check how I did it. If you do your homework tonight on your own, you should be okay for the real test because the test will look like this.
Is it going to be the same?
Not the same, that would be cheating, but it's very similar.
No, like
it's going to be very, like almost identical. That's why it's going to be not in the same order, it's going to be mixed, but if you study what the video and then you do this, you should be fine. Okay? But go home and really do the work. Like that's the problem with some of you. Bless you. Number 2, you will be doing at home. Okay? Number 3. Okay? Number 3 says, which value represents a percentage between 44% and 52%? So I'm going to put number 3 now on my paper. and they mention the word between, okay? So they want to know, let me get my highlighter and say, okay, I'm going to keep it yellow, and it says, the way to highlight, you put the little cross underneath what you're going to highlight, okay? That's the way you highlight on your test tomorrow, on like when you go to your homework, highlight the stuff that's important. So, the highlighting part, you're going to do it on the laptop and choosing the answer, but you need to show me my work. I'm going to collect this.
No, the test is going to be on laptop or?
It's going to be on laptop too, and you're gonna, that's why I'm training you how to show me the work on paper. Like, I'm not going to accept you just clicking away, okay? Okay, between 44% and 52%, okay? Questions so far? Okay, now, I see that this is in percent, and these are in decimals, and these are in what? Fractions. So what I believe in is changing everything to money. When you have everything like all mixed up, percent, decimals, and fractions, I want to change everything to money, okay? So let me go back to this. So let me start with this guy. To go to percent, we have to move where? What did we learn last week to go to percent? Twice to the right, right? So guess what I would need to do to put it back to decimal? Twice to the left. So I'm going to go ahead and get this guy and say, okay, 44%. And I'm going to go from the right now twice back to the left. 1, 2. So this would be 0.44. Right now you're going to see why I do this. Okay? So I'm going back to what? To decimal. It's already in percent. I'm going back to what? Decimal. Okay? So they already made it in money. Okay? 52%. I'm going to write it down and say, okay, 52%. I'm going to go back to decimal. I'm going to go 1, 2. So how much is that? 0.52. Question so far?
No.
So all I did is, okay, it's in percent. Anytime that there's a bunch of things like we have percent, decimals, fractions, just put everything like money, decimal, decimal, everything. Okay? Questions? Okay. Now let me go check what else they gave me. They also gave me this guy, letter A, and he's already in money, right?
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna put him also letter A. We're gonna put everything like money. So I'm gonna put letter A, 0.051. Yes? And how much money would that be? How much money would that be?
51 cents.
Huh?
51 cents.
Nope. Try again, but that's good. At least he's trying good, man. That's what I like about you so far. Okay. Okay. For this pennies, like pennies, how many pennies do you need for $1? 100. So you should, anytime that you want something in money, you have to go to the hundredth, tenth, hundredth. So how many pennies? 5 cents. Okay, so I would say, let me show you here so like that in the camera it comes out. What I just showed. So look. For 100 pennies, you get $1. So this is going to be tenth, hundredth. So I need to stop right there. That would be how many cents? 5 cents. Right now, you're going to see why I do this. Right now, you might think, what's the purpose of this? You're going to see it right now. So I'm changing everything to money. You see, this is 44 cents. This is 52 cents. And I'm going to change letter A to money, which is going to be how many cents? 5 cents. I don't care about the one. Because money stops in hundredth, tenth, hundredth. There it is. B. B is next. So I'm going to go check B. We have already B. Now let me ask you a question. Is that already in money? Letter B.
Yes.
Yeah, good. So I'm going to just say, okay, letter B. That's already 49 cents. Okay? Yes? Letter C. Is that in money?
No.
No.
That's a fraction.
That's in fraction. Okay? So how would I change letter C to money? Well, this is from elementary. This is from elementary with a place that is system. Look, 49,000, 10, 100,000. So how would I change it to money? Well, there's the answer. It's going to be 49,000. So I'm going to go 0.049 because it went to the thousands. 10, 100, thousands. Do you understand?
Oh, yeah.
Or we can bottom out. If we bottom out, it's going to work too. Okay? Questions? Letter D. 500. Here we have. There we go. Letter D is 500. Look at the place value chart and tell me what would be the decimal. 0.5?
No,
0.5. That's 500. Okay?
We got 10.
So hold on. This guy, is it really money right now?
Yeah. No.
No. Who do I don't want?
9.
9. So I'm gonna just say, you know what? Bye bye to you, 9.
But you can't add the 5.
Okay? You can make it to 5 if you want. Okay. Is everything money now, all the choices?
Yeah.
Okay, now, how is this going to help me? I'm going to draw a number line. What is this symbol that I told you last time?
Wait, no. It's number 9.
Yeah, but what is that symbol in math?
Less.
Less than. Good. So put less than. Like I said, the kid that takes their time and does all the strategies will get 100. In the start this year, you have the whole day, so we can do all this to make sure we score 100. We're not trying to just pass. We're trying to score hundreds. And if this is the less than, who's this guy then? Greater than. But I'm gonna see why I did all this about money. Since, do you see any negatives? No. So I'm gonna start with 0 on the left side. There's no negative, so I don't have to worry about the left side. There's no negative, so I'm gonna just put 0 right there. Now look at all the monies, all of them. Look at all the monies and tell me, if starting from 0, which of the monies will pop out first? 0.04, right? So I'm gonna put 0.04. Okay, that would be letter C. And on the top, I'm going to put the original, 49 thousandths.
A and B is the same.
No, 0.04, right? That would be letter C, and that's the original. Yes or no?
Yes.
Good. So I already did this guy in the number 9. Who would be next after that?
A and B.
A and D, but now, here's what we have to decide now. That's how this helps me the thousand. This guy was just 500, and this guy was 500, but he had an extra 1. So who would really be next? A or D?
D.
D. That's how that thousand will help me in those cases, okay? So both of you are right. 5 cents, 5 cents. So they should be next. However, this guy had an extra little 1 there. So this guy would really be next if I'm going in order. So it's going to be 4 cents. Who's next?
0.5.
5 cents, which is letter D. And the original was 500. Yes? And then letter A would be next, which is also, we call it 5 cents. Letter A would be next. And the original was 0.051. Yes? Now who would be next after those?
0.5.
No, actually, this guy,
Oh.
because he's part of it. So 44 cents would be next. Right now you're going to see what I'm doing. Then who's next after 44 cents? Now we can put 49 cents. And who's that? Who's that 49 cents? What choice is 49 cents? Yeah, but what choice is it? B. B. Who's next after 49 cents? The 52 cents, right? Right now, I'm going to see why I did this, okay? So you're probably wondering, like, I don't get what he's doing. I'm going to put a spotlight here so you can see. We started with 0. It was 4 cents. Let's see if it makes sense. 4 cents, 5 cents, 5 cents, 44 cents, 49 cents, 52 cents. Yes? Does it make sense? Did I put everything right? And all I did is I got my pennies and put them on the number line. But this is part of your number line because they were part of the whole story. Okay? Now they said that the 1 cent thing that is what? Between 44 and what? 52. So I'm going to go ahead and go to 44 and 52 right there. And who do you see between? That's the answer. Okay? B. Questions? The only way you're going to find out this is changing everything to money. So all I did is I kind of changed everything to money. Now, did you really need that number line? Probably not. Okay, you could already tell quickly. Is 44 cents between these two? I mean, is 5 cents between these two?
No.
No. Is 49 cents between these two?
Yes.
There, I'm done. You probably could have just done that. I'm not going to lie to you. But later on, when we start dealing with negatives, the number line is what's going to help you. Ahorita no. You could have just changed everything to money, 44 cents, 5 cents, 49 cents, 4 cents, 5 cents, 52 cents. And then check from those choices, who's between 44 cents and 52 cents, pues nomás 49. Entre medio de las dos. Questions with number 3.
You're gonna have to do work, right?
Yes, yes. I'm not gonna accept it without work. Okay? Some sort of work. At least do this. Maybe the number line, you might not need it because it's pretty easy. Because they're positives.
Okay, you do work.
So like the number line, look, the number line, you really do not need it, but I'm just trying to push it already on you. Okay, the word between means this guy was part of the question, this guy was part of the question. The only one that's between those two is 49 cents. All the other ones are less than those two. Questions? No? Okay. Flip the page. Number 4 will be the one that you will do at home. I think it's number 4. Let me go check. I should have numbered this. Yeah, I'm doing the odd, you're doing the even. 4. You're going to do this, the same thing I just did. You're going to do that at home. Okay? Now, if you don't know how to use the place value system for these, what can we do? Bottom out. Bottom out, bottom out. You still get the money. Questions? I would do a half a page in case you need to do. So draw a half a page for number 4 in case you need that much space. I never like to do what I'm doing right now. I like to work and then we draw lines, but because some of it's for homework, I'm giving you the spacing that I think that should be enough. A half a page more or less should be enough for number 4. So number 4 is for homework. Number 2 is for homework. Number 4 is for homework. If I do not know what I'm doing, I go watch the video and you can see it, how I did it, and then you go do it. Okay? Question with number 4. Okay, number 5. Number papita, number 5. Number 5. I'm going to do number 5. You're going to do, of course, number 6. This one is going to not take us not even long, man. Okay? Sorry, man. And then here. No, you're doing great, man. Okay, number 5, 0.8. And then 1, so I'm going to highlight, what would be important for number 5? What would you highlight here? Obviously the 0.8. What else would you highlight? They want you to change it to percentage. Yes? That's the most important thing. Have I taught you how to go from decimal to percent?
Yes.
Of course I have. So we're going to do it right now. So I'm going to go now, number 5, 0.8, and we want to go to percent. And how do we do it to go to percent? Who remembers how to do this to go to percent? First of all, make it money. How do I make this guy money? Good. Now that it's money, how do I go to percent? Twice to the right. Very good, America. 1, 2. So it would be 80%. Done. Fácil. Okay? To go to percent, we move twice to the right. Now in the first prompt, from percent to decimal, we go twice to the left. So it just depends where you're going. So to go to percent is twice to the right. To go back to decimal is twice to the left. So you see, this one did not require a lot of work. So I'm going to already send a box here because let me go get the answer now. Bien fácil. What's the answer? Huh? C. Remember, if you're in highlighter mode, to click on answers, you have to click on the cursor mode. Click here. You'll be doing this at home. Don't forget to click on the ones that I already gave you for free. Okay? Question with number 5. So guess what you're going to do at home? Number 6. And it should be the same amount of space, more or less. Let me show you what I did over here. The other side, it should take you the same amount of space. That's the same amount of work. This would be for homework. Question with 6. Okay, I want to get to half of the test today, and then tomorrow we're going to get to the other half. So ya me lo llego. 7. Seven is for homework by yourself because we already been doing that. It should take you the rest of the paper. 7 is for homework by yourself. We've already been doing that. 7 is for homework by yourself. We have already been doing that. I want a money table. I want you to go from fraction to what? To decimal and then percent. This guy, we have been doing this. You're on your own. Okay? How am I going to change the fraction to decimal? Dividing, bottom out. And then how to change from decimal to percent? Twice to the right. Do your money table. You should find your answer pretty fast. Okay? That one you're on your own. It's just to practice to see what I gave you for Friday. That's that's that one, number 7. Questions so far? Okay, so right now you should have a whole page. Now, Mr. Vasquez is going to give you another page. He'll give you another page for the next one, okay? Number 8, I'm giving you a little bit of notes because I've talked about it, but not really have given you notes. So absolute value is the distance from 0 in a number line. Okay? In the one that you just got. Yes. Symbol. This is a symbol for absolute value. Okay? So if I tell you this is how I will read this guy. The absolute value of 5. That's how we read him. When you see those 2 bars, it means absolute value. And I'm going to show you how to answer them. The absolute value of 5, that's the absolute value. Así se lee it. This is the way you read it. So if I tell you the absolute value of -3, you would say the absolute value of negative 3. That's the way you read those guys. Okay? So absolute value is the distance from 0 in a number line. The symbol for absolute value is two bars that go straight down like that are vertical, parallel to each other. And then how do I read this question? If I would see this, I would say the absolute value of 5. That's the way you read it. The absolute value of negative 3. That's the way you read it. Questions? Now, if they would give me that question, absolute value of 5, what do you think the answer would be? Look at the definition. The definition is the distance from 0. So what do you think you would tell me? Good. You would just say the answer is 5. You're done. That would be the answer. The absolute value of 5 was 5. If you look at the number line on the wall, okay, if you're at 5 and you count from 5 to 0, you're going to count how many units? 5. That's all it's telling you. Okay? Questions? Now look at the next one. This is where kids mess up a little bit. The absolute value of negative 3, what would be the answer? No. It would still be 3. And you're wondering, like, but why, sir? Because absolute value is the distance from 0. Okay? So, get a number like this. Let me explain what we're doing. Look, listen. So here we have the 0, and the first question was the absolute value of 5. How far you're from 0? So look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How far are you? 5. Now the next question was the absolute value of negative 3. They're just asking you how far you're from 0. They're not asking you what he's worth. So you're not going to say negative 3. You're going to say, how far are you from 0? 1, 2, 3. The answer is still 3. Question. Basically, the answer is always a positive answer because they're just checking how far you're from 0. If I tell you the absolute value of 7, what are you going to tell me? 7. If I tell you the absolute value of negative 7, what are you going to tell me? Same 7. Questions? Okay. With that in mind, now we can look at number 8. Number 8, look at the bars. So, number 8, really the question is the absolute value of negative 1.5. What would you say that the answer is if I tell you the absolute value of negative 1.5? What would you say the answer is?
1/2.
Huh?
1/2.
Try again. The absolute value of negative 1.5, what would it be? 1.50. Good. You want to change it to money? It would be just 1.5. Or if you want to change it to money, 1.50. You're right. It would just, basically, you just take away the bars and there's never going to be a negative answer. That's the answer. So now that you know that this is 1.5 or 1.50, which point would be the answer? L, M, N, or O? Huh? N. Good, because it's going to be 1.5. So the answer would be N, which is letter, what letter?
H.
H. That would be the answer. These were really notes. These were really notes for you. These were really, I don't know, maybe I'm going to put it here, notes. Okay, and let me show you, sorry. These on the bubble were really notes, and this is really number 8. The work would be that the absolute value of negative 1.5 is 1.5 or 1.50, and the answer on the number line would be H. Many kids, when I gave this test, you're not going to get the same test, but when I gave this test, many kids chose M. They chose M because they just wanted, escogieron la M porque pensaban que es negativo uno y medio. Pero esas barritas se dicen qué lejos está él del cero o está 1.5, que va a ser N la respuesta. Okay? When you see those little bars, it means how far are you from zero. So the answer is always going to be take away the bars and leave it positive. That's what the answer is going to be always. The only time that the answer stays negative is they would give you something like this. Remember, we don't copyright in my class, but if they would give you something like this, we don't copyright in my class. We don't copyright in my class. If I would give you something like this, then your answer would be, oh, it's not gonna let me because I'm recording for you. I'll show you later on. Questions with that one?
No.
For that one, you don't have homework. You just have to study the notes that I gave you because you will have a question like this in the 6 weeks test. Okay? Draw a line because we're done with number 8, and there's some nice notes there for you. Okay? Question with number 8? Number 9. This is from elementary, so hopefully you remember, but if not, I'm going to remind you. So number 9, 842 divided by 4/7. Number 9, 8 over 42 divided by, ¿qué dije? Se me olvidó. 4/7. Some of you maybe forgot, but right now when I start teaching you, you're going to remember. Okay. Who remembers how to divide fractions? A ver, what do you remember? That's good you remember because it is from elementary. That's why I haven't taught it yet. Because... Very good. There you go. Good job, Allison. It's going to be KCF. None of these kids, they're better. The K means to keep it. Keep it the same. Déjalo igual. That's what the K means. The C means change the division to multiplication. I use a dot for multiplication, but you could use an X if you want, because I haven't taught you that. The F means to flip it. So the 7 is flipped with a 4. Okay? So I'm going to just remind you, K is keep. C is change to multiplication. Change to multiplication. The dot is multiplication, just so you know. And the F means to flip the last fraction. It is called reciprocal in math. Reciprocal. I hope I spelled that right. In math, por ni modo. Very good, Alice. So, la K es keep it, déjalo igual. La C es change it, cámbialo para multiplicación. Esa bolita es multiplicación en middle school, no la X. Bueno, la X todavía es multiplicación, pero yo creo que usen la bolita mejor. Later I'm going to tell you why. The 4/7, flip it, reciprocal. Nomás las volteas esas dos. And now we're ready. Now that I did that, who remembers how to multiply fractions? Because now we're multiplying fractions.
I used to do it.
You just go across, okay? You just go across. 8 times, this means times. 8 times 7? 56. 42, this means times still, times 4. Multiplicas nomás. 8 times 7, 56. 42 times 4, I don't know, I go to the side. Guys, if you don't know, don't try to do this mentally. Just go to the side. 4 times 2. 4 times 4.
16.
The answer right now is 156 over 168. Yes? I go to my choices and you're going to see that it's not going to be there. Is it there?
No.
Do I panic? No. I need to simplify. Yes. Which is to divide. Yeah, we're going to divide right now. Simplify. We're going to make less pieces. So, I need to simplify. That's why this one is the hardest one. It's not hard, but this is the one that kids mess up.
The one
Okay. Now, what I would do is, like, right now that we're barely learning this, since I do not know divided by what, but I see that both of them are even, I'm going to go with 2 then, divided by 2. Now, it's going to require work, so I'm going to have to go to the side. 56 divided by 2, a ver qué me sale. It's going to be 2, bring it down, 28. So the top number became 28. 168 divided by 2, I go to the side. Not enough. 8. We've been dividing, so I'm hoping that we all know how to divide. I'm going fast now because I'm running out of time. So this is going to be 84. Let me go check if that one is there. So I go and check. No stop. I do not panic. That means I need to simplify again. That's all it means. Divided by, you could go by 2 again, but I'm going to go faster. I'm going to go ahead and choose the one that I know will work quickly. 7. 20 divided by 7 is going to be 4. Now I'm doing mental math because I'm running out of time. 84 divided by 7. You could always go to the sides and divide. 84 divided by 7 will be 12. Let me check if that one is there. Nope. Well, de vuelta va a simplify. That's all you do. You continue simplifying. So I'm going to put it over here. What should we try now? What number can give you both of these? 2. Is there something bigger that can give me both of those? 4. I always try to find the bigger one. 4 divided by 4?
0.
Now we can start doing mental math. 1. 12 divided by 4? 3. Let me check if that one is there. Yes. The answer is letter C. So this one, a lot of things going on in this one. You're going to do number 10 at home, which is the same thing. First of all, I need to remember when I'm dividing fractions, it's going to be K, C, F. And what does it mean? K means keep, C means change to multiply, F means flip, which is the reciprocal. Once I do that, you just go across times, but the hard part that kids hate the most is to simplify. So you have to divide a lot, divide a lot, divide a lot. You're making less pieces, less pieces, less pieces, less pieces. And you just continue simplifying until you find the answer. Later on, I'm going to show you other ways how you know that you're already done simplifying. So your homework behind this page will be number 10. And that will be the last one. So I'm going to make sure that you understand what your homework is. Number 2 is your homework. Number 4 is your homework. Number 7 and 6 is your homework.
8.
It's going to be on the video if I'm going too fast. I'm still recording. Number 2 is your homework. Number 4 is your homework. Number 6 is your homework. Number 7 is your homework. Number 8, I need to study what absolute value is. Number 9, I need to study this good because I'm going to do number 10 all by myself, and that's it. That's your homework. Number 10 is the last homework. I want you not to submit. You're going to click finish later. Mr. Rivera is going to go in there at 11 o'clock and check if you already did these homework only. So what's the other homework? It's going to be this guy. Let me explain already what this means because some of you probably are going to get all confused. This still means this. Hey, this, let me get another color. This means 10 over 21 divided by what? 2/7. Before you get all confused. So is it like the one we just did? Yes. Questions? Guys, don't forget to, you're not going to submit, you're going to click finish later, and then Mr. Rivera is going to go and grade only those. Okay? So you only have for homework number 2, 4, 6, 7, that's 4 questions. Study number 8 and number 10. So how many questions you have? 5. You need to do them. I need them by 11 o'clock. I'm going to go in there and grade them. And some of you are not doing your job. During the weekend, some of you did not do it, but today I'm going to call home. Okay, to let your parents know. Finish later. Let it completely load. Then close it. Then you can close it. Tomorrow we'll continue this. Wednesday it'll be your 6 weeks test. You'll have Wednesday and Thursday to finish the 6 weeks test. If you're tardy, don't leave, please. Thank you for being awesome.